All right, Shalom. There's a brother Nahali from the GMS Orlando camp. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath who are believing this word, and all truth and its sincerity. Yahweh is the name of the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Bahashem is in the name, Rakah is spirit, Kodash is holy, Akyam is brothers, Akwath is sisters, Shalom means peace, and Yashar Allah is Israel in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. All right, real quick, this is Proverbs 21:1, and it reads, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." All right, and this lesson is inspired by, just meditating on ultimately the plan of the elites of this society, and how that plays into the will of the Heavenly Father. Because a lot of these leaders of nations, these elites, they believe that they're acting on their own volition. They believe that they're doing something that is against the program of the Lord. That whole doctrine that Satan is against the Lord has really perverted people's understanding of the Heavenly Father. The Lord controls both sides. And I was just thinking about how much judgment is going to come to pass through the elites collapsing their own society. Because on paper, that's a dumbass decision. Yet, it's the spirit of the Heavenly Father to put on them to make them do that so the normal people of this society can be judged. They think they're doing it for control. Really, the Lord is using it as an instrument to judge all of these regular, normal people who boast themselves against the Heavenly Father, man. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 10 and 15. "Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod shake itself against them that lift it up. Or as if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood." Because really the power that the Lord has given them, that raised them up, it was the Lord that did that. They didn't do that themselves. Even though they boast themselves in that matter as if they have conquered society by their own strength. Really, it was the Heavenly Father. And that's why the Lord is simply using them as a tool. They don't see it that way, but they're an instrument. They're an instrument to accomplish judgment. Even the fact that they made nuclear weapons. All of those things are just instruments of great judgment. In the ancient world, the Lord would bring a nation, you have to raise up a nation. In the ancient world, that took a lot of years and effort. For you to have a military during that time with no guns, no bullets, you had to have able-bodied men. That means you had to not only have able-bodied men, but they had to be trained in a certain way. That took time. Well, the Lord put the spirit on the so-called white man to make weapons of mass destruction, literally. That's why in an hour, great riches are going to come to naught. Those are instruments that the Heavenly Father used, man. Whether these people understand that or not is irrelevant. Yet, it's a very beautiful thing to see the Heavenly Father work in this industry, and in this world, I would say. Because these people think that they're moving on their own. Even Christianity, we chose God. Nah, man, it don't work like that. Matter of fact, old but gold, let's go to Romans 9. People really don't understand the power they deal with. And a lot of times people have this high self-esteem concerning their own mind as if it's equal to or greater than Heavenly Father's. Which is, dumb to say the least. But these people are going to have to see it, man. People really boast themselves against the Lord. And the Lord is raising up Esau's own elites to kill, to basically destroy Joe Sixpack, the rest of the nations, and then they're going to be in billion-dollar prison cells until the elect come down. Like this, man. Romans chapter 9 and 11. All right? It says, "For the children being not yet born," and this is going into Jacob and Esau, "neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh Shemel Shai, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth." People do not realize this all is an instrument of the Heavenly Father. The Lord did this out of his pleasure. You know, we were going into that on Saturday. The Lord is perfect without effort. The Lord didn't have to try to make creation. As vast as it is, as complex as it was easy for the Lord. The Lord is not in the heavens, you know, fidgeting in his seat. From the foundations of the earth, he had already set this up. That's why scriptures talk about him creating the wicked for the day of evil. Christianity won't read that because they have a high self-esteem of their own will. They think that their will is their own. The altar call, today will you choose God? It don't work like that, man. Everyone has the illusion of choice. Now, you don't use that understanding to just throw things away and just leave it off to the wind. But whether people understand it or not, everything is purposed by the Heavenly Father. That's why the Lord is pointing out a very beautiful point with Jacob and Esau. They were already in the womb. They didn't even do anything yet. But it was according to the Lord's will. People love to take preference from the Heavenly Father, man. They love to take personality from the Heavenly Father and just treat him like an entity. You know, that they go into the wild and they see a monkey and they're like, this is a such and such monkey, and they observe it. The Heavenly Father is, man, let's go there. And these elites are just an instrument. That's why we're not afraid of their devices, because we understand that their devices were given to them. They didn't create them on their own. The Lord put the Spirit on them to do so, whether they understand that or not. All right, it's Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Man, there's so many ways you can just... Because it's like before you were born, the Lord knew all the intimate details of your life. From the beginning. The very hairs of your head being counted. And people think that they can wrestle against that. 2/3 of our people, like, all of the things the Lord did to us, and it still won't make them return. But that's for prophecy to play itself out. The elect are the elect according to the will of the Heavenly Father. They're going to have a certain display of actions on the earth and conduct, all right, to ultimately show forth their faith. But they're vessels of mercy. Likewise, on the left-hand side, you have vessels of wrath. Before they did anything wrong, it was already proclaimed. And their actions justify what's about to happen. It's so deep through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, yet the Lord made it so simple in just understanding to trust him. That's why the Lord was saying, my thoughts are higher than yours. So if I tell you to do something, you think I don't know what I'm doing? Come on, man. And at the same time, if I say I'm going to save you, who the fuck are you afraid of? Excuse my French. Come on. I want to get this, Lord willing. Baba Kashah. So this is Psalms 118:6. The Lord is on my side, I will not fear. What can man do unto me? The Father with us, man. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. The elect are the elect according to the mercy of the Lord, and the truth is a down payment on that election. Likewise, on the left-hand side, the evil was raised up and controlled by the Heavenly Father. The evil ain't getting out of the Lord's realm, out of his reach. Because we see evils growing on the earth. But what did the Lord tell us? To not be dismayed, because the Lord is in full control of that. Now, we don't know how it's going to play out in our personal life, where we're going to land at, but we know who's in control. And we know that the Lord is not unrighteous. I was just sitting back thinking about all of Esau's devices, you know, and how he really thinks that he's going against the grain. But when you look in the scriptures, everything he did, the Lord already said he would do it. From the MOTB to coming down with great wrath, he's really controlled opposition. He loves to boast himself in these societies of stirring up strife through controlled opposition. But on a zoom out level, he is controlled opposition. He's not operating out the realm of the Heavenly Father. He's an instrument. That's why the Lord said that. You know, can the axe boast itself? Like, you're not on no level. Like, Esau, Edom not on the level. He just think he is, man. And that's why the Lord's going to come down and judge him as well. Man, it's beautiful, man. It's a chess match. It's a chess match, man. The Lord's going to use the elites to destroy their own society. And through that, the majority of people on earth are going to be judged through that. Then the Lord's going to put the spirit on them to go hide. And where they hide at is going to become their prison until the hunters come and grab and snatch them up. But they think they're operating on their own volition. Man, the Lord is cold, man. The Lord is cold, man. Man, the Father is cold. This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. He was created to destroy, man. He was made to accomplish judgment in the earth. On the left-hand side, man. And it strikes me, you know, the interview with Tucker Carlson and Putin. You know, there was something that Putin mentioned. They asked him if God was in control of this, was a higher power in control of this. And he basically said no. He was basically going on a rant that men make laws and whatever the case. But he's a self-proclaimed Christian. And he said, what? He said, nah, a higher power is not involved in this. Which shows you they really think that they're operating on their own decision making. They really don't think the Lord is present. And it shows you they're all Edomites at the end of the day, whether they call themselves Russians, Germans, Brits, they're all the same nation of people. At this point, they had control of the earth, and now that control has been splintered. And they're all fighting for what they've stolen from each other. And it's beautiful through the Spirit because the Lord is using them to accomplish judgment, man. You can't get around that. Matter of fact, this is Psalms chapter 17. No, Salakia. Proverbs chapter 17. I'm going to jump down. Man, a lot of this is good. Hold on. This is Proverbs 17. And 24. Wisdom is before him that hath understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. All right, and when you think about that, having this understanding, all right, Esau makes his knowledge look like wisdom, but it's not. Because wisdom truly is understanding the will of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, when you really zoom out. But ultimately, they don't really see what's going on, man. Real quick, Proverbs 16:4, the Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the fools in the world, they're looking around and they're saying, oh yeah, we're going to be able to solve this problem. Oh yeah, it's going to get better. So they completely ignore the will of the Lord, and they believe that through their own will and decision making, they can reverse what the Lord is about to do. The elites have a mindset that they can upset what the Heavenly Father is about to accomplish. Even though the Lord is undefeated when it comes to delivering on his words. And it shows you that even these people being blinded is a form of spiritual power, man. Because how can you ignore something that's so obvious? All right, real quick. This is Proverbs 16:8. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. All right, and this is why, through the Spirit, we're content with what we have, Lord willing, we be a part of that number, because we understand where everything is headed. When you understand where everything is headed, there's a peace that comes with that. Doesn't mean you're not gonna have tribulation in the world, but you have a peace because you understand that the king's heart, all the kings of the earth, their heart is in the mind of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and they can't move and operate outside of that. That brings us great comfort, man. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. All right, real quick. Man, I'm going to go back to Psalms 118 because there was something else I wanted to grab. This is Psalms 118 and 17. Let's go to 16. The right hand of the Lord is exalted. The right hand of the Lord doeth valiantly. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. So the prophets are set up beautifully to basically present to the world that all of this is of the Heavenly Father. Where things are headed, the power of the Lord is that the Lord put the Spirit on the prophets to say, this is where everything is headed, and you can't do anything about it. You can't resist the will of the Heavenly Father. You could try, or you could think that you're trying, but even your decisions to go against the Lord was already preordained. Man, people have no idea, man. They have no idea. And we only understand but a spark. But people have no idea who they actually dealing with. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is, man, perfect beyond comprehension. All right, this is Romans chapter 9. I just want to get this real quick. Verse 16, Romans 9:16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that showeth mercy. Verse 19, thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Nobody. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Come on, man. Hath not the potter power over the clay, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? Which in a nutshell means all of this is the Lord's pleasure. The Lord can do with it what he wants. It all belongs to him anyway. And he's justified. The scriptures say the Lord will not do iniquity. Even what is perceived as evil is justified. But evil men understand not judgment, as the scriptures say. But it's beautiful when you look at these politics and these world leaders and you understand that they're not in control, man. They're not in control. And that's why we have great comfort through the Spirit, man. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying with that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.